And we are ready to go. So welcome to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. This is the live stream. We're doing, we're looking at the 1.03 patch. It's been out now. They updated the graphics, the 3D sprites, which look very nice. We'll take a look at that. This is part 4 of a campaign that we started. And as the Confederate States, why don't we get that started? One of the updates they did do recently too is there is a load game file that you can go in, and it has all the saved games that you have. You can even sort them out to find. If you have a bunch of save games like I do, you can quickly find them, or you can go into the campaign start menu. And what's up, Ashley? Welcome to the stream. Good morning. What is it, like 1 a.m. in your time? Well, I do appreciate you joining the stream. And please, very flattering. Please don't ever lose sleep over my streams, but I do appreciate it. Now you can go into the campaign start menu and hit save games, and it'll bring up the same menu for that. So why don't we load up the game? 1 a.m. Where is that? So is that in... So you must be in Europe somewhere? No. You wouldn't be Europe. Are you in Asia somewhere? You are retired. Very nice. Japan. Oh. Well, welcome. Greetings from Japan, or greetings from the States. And here I am in Ohio. And I appreciate the internationality of live streaming and everything that we can do and connect with people all over the world. It is still fascinating to me. All right. We are September 5th, 1861. And we are fortifying our prize of Washington, D.C. We had just taken Annapolis after we inflicted a major defeat on the Union forces. We'll probably have to take Fort McHenry. We've been there 17 years. Are you originally from Japan, or from anywhere else? And anyone joining the stream, let me know how the audio quality is. I think I shut the music off because on the last stream, the voice audio was a little bit too low. I see some blurriness again, but I think the overall stream health is a little bit better right now. I've tried to take a look at the settings to improve the quality of the stream. See a little bit of blurriness, but it seems to be coming back crisper, more quickly. I'm gonna check something really quick. I'll be right back. All right. Well, from the States. Very nice, very nice. And you don't have to let me know, but anywhere specifically from the States? I think we're going to have to siege Fort McHenry here. Do we want Johnston's Corps to do it? They're in front of Baltimore. Well, why don't we'll use Stuart's cavalry to kind of screen around Baltimore. Magruder will lay siege to Fort McHenry. Move the Brownwater Navy to blockade Cairo and cut off an easy Yankee retreat after you whip them. Born in California. Very nice. Yeah, right now I have the New Orleans Squadron at Memphis awaiting orders. They can support the Army of Tennessee. We'll blockade around Columbus. And then there's the Department of the West on the Union side that whooped Price's corps that we've promoted James Canty to replace that leadership there. Let's go back east really quick. You've moved around so much. You're not from you're a nomad. But now you've settled down in Japan for 17 years, so you must really like it in Japan. Do you have ancestors from Japan? Are your parents or grandparents originally from Japan? We've got a perk for Yule. Let's do the ambulance corps. Actually, oh, Beauregard has 2 perks. We'll do the field telegraph. Field telegraph orders are sent via wire faster than couriers can ride, decreasing order delays. So I think the ambulance corps adds a little bit of, or slows down the speed, so this counteracts that. Proper organization, ambulance system, rooting out corruption and unwillingness to gather wounded soldiers is the first step towards proper medical care for wounded soldiers. Speed reduction due to wounded soldiers minus 25. So the field telegraph helps counterbalance the speed reduction of ambulance corps. Yeah, I haven't really gotten to visit much outside of North America, other than, yeah, I've been to Mexico and Canada. When I was a little bit younger, I definitely wanted to see Europe and other countries, but I don't know anymore if I'm that interested in doing that. Maybe I'll have a change of heart in the next few years. Yeah, we're gonna secure Fort McHenry first and secure Annapolis, and then we'll move on to Baltimore. Stewart's Corps cavalry is going to try to screen. Johnston will probably move forward. We're trying to build a fort here too, so we're going to try. We want to fortify and our prize. Oh, we have a policy too to pick. Forget which one we were going to do. We have A credit rating, so I'm not in any rush to... Maybe we should do Industry 1. Yeah, we'll do Industry 1. Let's take a look at... Is Jackson ready to move into the valley? Hood's about in the yellow readiness, so yeah, we can move him out. We'll move them to Winchester and headquarter there. I forgot to use rail movement. That's fine. They'll be there in no time. Yeah, I've just ordered... Yep, Magruder's going to take Fort McHenry. All right, so orders in the east are done. Let's take a look at Kentucky and Tennessee. Kirby Smith trying to fortify along the, I think that's the, is that the Cumberland? Or the, is this the Tennessee River? I have to look at a map really quick. But Kirby Smith fortifying along the river there. We've got George Stewart's Cavalry Corps. Let's try to take Louisville. Johnson's got a nice range there. He can pull in Crawford's corps if need be. That's the situation now. After the Army of West Tennessee got defeated, they're licking their wounds here at Jackson, Tennessee. No fort further south other than, are you talking about on the peninsula? Fort Monroe? We can go back to that. We can build another army here to try to take Fort Monroe. We have about 15,000 volunteers for now. So I want to kind of collapse on this department. Now we got the Ohio in, so we're kind of getting enveloped here. It would have been nice to be able to have this fort built already. Let's see, Crawford's only at about 7,000 in strength. So why don't we see if we can get Canty to move towards Nashville. And then that way, Crawford and Canty can maybe converge on this Department of the West with 18,000 men. And the one thing that this Union Army moving into Kentucky has opened up a path into Missouri, as the Army of the West has fallen back towards St. Louis. So why don't we move Major General James Hawes to Springfield. And let's see, we have, I thought we had a cavalry corps here. All right, McCulloch and his headquarters move in behind. All right, why don't we see what happens here? Why don't we move forward? September 5th, 1861. The fall campaigns are in movement. Oh, we just fell down to B rating. I have to keep an eye on that. I wish I would have seen that sooner. It said A. As soon as I hit play, it went down to B. I probably would have done the government funding policy. No, you're fine. I'm not going to be... the backseat gaming is not going to... yeah, sometimes it can be bothersome. I'm not going to really try to let it worry me at all. Feel free. I'm not going to sit here and claim to be this super player at all. So, again, I might not do everything people say, so don't take offense to that. But feel free to comment, and it's for the benefit of other people watching this too. If you have good ideas and good strategy, I know if you've been on the stream, Roseannadanna, who will probably join us later. He has some very good insights, and others as well contribute. So, again, feel free to say or suggest anything you'd like. So it doesn't look like the Union armies are moving that much in Kentucky. They're at a standstill. All right, we do have the siege going on at Fort Mchenry. Let's see how Magruder is progressing. The fort is at 100 condition right now. We've lost 23 men. So maybe we might pull Johnston into support. So we'll call on Joe Johnston to support Magruder in this siege. When we auto-resolve that. U.S. warns Europe to remain neutral. We're racking up some casualties, though. But we managed to damage the fort a little bit. And it looks like we will capture the fort, though, here. Glorious victory at Fort McHenry. Howard surrenders. Confederate armies unstoppable. Enemy lost 92 of their garrison. We lost 453 men. So national morale on the Union side has fallen to 59 already. In September 13th, 1861, we have fielded over 210,000 men already versus their 150,000. But I know the Union AI will work hard to catch up to that number, and they have much more manpower to draw from in the long run. Well, it looks like we secure Baltimore. Looks like Stewart's Corps did the job of securing Baltimore. Trying not to raid into Maryland because that will drop support. And if we can actually get Maryland to turn over to our side, the better. Annapolis has not fallen in our hands yet. Actually, let's upgrade the Harpers Ferry Depot. Is there any? No, I don't see any. There's no intelligence from Porterfield about any Union armies in Marietta around Ohio. No, I'm not going to merge. I'm just going to keep Jackson as Jackson's the head of the army. So that's his headquarters. I typically don't merge the army head with the corps. So Hood is, you know, I could probably change the names here. So Hood's Corps. try that. First Corps AOV, Army of Virginia. Let's see what our manpower pool, about 17,000 men. We could create another corps or army and use your recommendation to capture Fort Monroe. Why don't we do that? Because we can probably do about 10 to 15,000 men. So recruit new army. We'll probably do it out of North Carolina actually, and march them north. Oh, there's our old boy Price. So Price will come out east. Do we have? We don't really have any ranking officers for the Corps. We'll probably promote someone from another army. We'll add some extra firepower, extra guns to this army to help. Oh, we have not enough men to recruit full strength infantry. There we go. Create a Division 2. Although I want to promote some men from the other armies. French might be a good commander. He's got a decent administrative rating, so he could help train those troops. Don't want to pull too good of men, though, from the Army of Northern Virginia. Actually, we could probably give Buckner either the corps or division in the Army of North Carolina. Even though Cabell is not famous, he has decent stats for a brigade commander. So he'll get that. Why don't we go to the Army of... Army of North Carolina. We'll replace Adams. So do we want Samuel French? Yeah, we can assign him. He'll get the corps. Division will go to Buckner. Don't like Manigault. Maybe we can find a political general. Not from Virginia. Do we have anyone from... There was that West Virginia unit. If we assign a political general to this unit from West Virginia, if one's available, that'll increase support for West Virginia. Which means maybe extra recruits, but there are no lieutenants that are from West Virginia right now. So why don't we just recruit a young and upcoming lieutenant. There's a political general from Virginia. Let's assign him. Thinking about support, we can take a look at the support map. Yeah, everyone's still very high right now. The economy hasn't tanked yet, so support's still pretty good, and we haven't done conscription. All right, so 7,000 men. We might need a little bit more to take Monroe. We'll do 1 cavalry brigade. The AI really wants to assign Manigault a command. Maury will suffice, and maybe another infantry. We don't even have the manpower to do that, so we'll do a smaller brigade. Weisinger, he's got good brigade stats there. All right, Army of North Carolina will recruit, and then we'll march them to Richmond and then on to Fort Monroe. That'll be their task. Looks like we have another army of the Chesapeake formed up here with about 32,000 men. And so if we wanted to invade and capture Frederick with Hood's Corps, I think it would be wise maybe to let us take Baltimore, and then we'll move northwest with the Army of Northern Virginia to take Frederick, Maryland instead. So Jackson will sit tight at Harper's Ferry. He will not move into Maryland yet. I'll probably have to combine. I might actually combine, although I was thinking about combining Jackson with Beauregard, but because of the mountains, they won't be in contact with each other, so Beauregard probably wouldn't be able to call Jackson into battle. Looks like the stream is going blurry again. Do apologize about that. I did double check settings and trying to figure out why I can't get this stream a little bit smoother, more consistently. I don't know if it's internet connection. It should not be computer speed, but I will keep double checking and looking at that situation in the future. So back in Kentucky, and once Canty is ready, looks like that Department of the West is now disappeared. But we'll still probably strike towards Evansville and West Kentucky. We'll probably attach Canty to Johnston's army of East Tennessee. Hawes is in Springfield and already got some depots here. We'll upgrade the Springfield depot though. Why don't we get McCulloch there? And then Pillow's cavalry. We need to march him ahead. Let's see if we can't take some trains. Let's see if that will work. So I wonder if another city falls. That must be, did we secure Annapolis? So yes, Annapolis is ours. Baltimore is ours. National morale for the Confederates is at 100. The Union down to 58. We've improved our weapons industry to 1.9. So why don't we take a look at what weapons we have available. I haven't done that in a minute. So Beauregard's army of 84,000 in Maryland. Plus, if he needed to call on Jackson in the Shenandoah, I think that's another 18,000. Jubal Early's got some veteran officer already. He's got some really good stats. Probably should be corps commander. He's due for a promotion. All right, let's look at what do we have available? Oh, still only 6-pound artillery right now. What about? Oh, we got okay. We still have some of those. I don't think I divvied out the rifles from Diplomacy 1 policy. Early's division will get the first dibs. Bonham's division will give him the better weapons. So they got the Hall rifles. We have perks also to assign. David R. Jones, Iron Discipline. Do you use auto upgrade for weapons? Yeah, I'll take a whole division. A lot of times what I'm kind of sticking with right now in this campaign is the first division in the corps will be elite divisions for the most part, not always, but depending on what weapons are available, but they'll get the first dibs on the better weapons. But yeah, that way the whole division, just a little bit quicker. It's more of a time-saving device than anything. But yeah, you can, if you click on the corps and hit upgrade, it'll divide what's available to the entire corps. So you can do it by the corps, you can do it by the army level, you can do it by the brigade. So we still have seven rifles available. Some of the better weapons. One thing I have noticed, sometimes the artillery, unless they've fixed it recently, if you have 12-pound Napoleon guns available, sometimes it won't upgrade to those guns. It will keep the 6-pounders, but the Napoleons are better guns, in my opinion, than the 6-pounders. I see you embed arty into each division rather than have a separate arty division. Do you find that easier to manage? I think this is more a condition of the early war. Sometimes I will do a whole artillery corps. But I do want to make sure each division has its own artillery battalion at the bare minimum, instead of having a whole division or corps of artillery. But that's one way to do it. You could take a corps, and then we could create you could always do like this, right? Is this something we can test it out. We'll leave Magruder and Ewell the same, and then Johnston will have an artillery corps. We'll see what's better or what's more convenient. I think it's more taste. As the Union, I feel it's much easier. You have a ton of artillery commanders, good artillery commanders. So if I'm creating an Army of the Potomac, I'm definitely using General Hunt and creating maybe an entire artillery corps and attaching it to the Army of the Potomac. Yeah, and I'm sure that works. When I'm first building out the armies, I like to have the artillery attached to the infantry divisions. That's just my personal preference. We'll take a look at this. What's not a bad idea if you want to get really detailed is, so these artillery divisions, like these 6-pound guns, as the war, like attaching like the 6-pounders for short range fighting might be a good idea to keep with the infantry divisions for that canister support. And then you can have your longer range, like these 24-pound howitzers, the 3-inch rifled guns in a separate division. Those will be your long guns. So maybe we'll actually do that. Now, I don't have any more longer range guns right now, but let's find a adequate artillery officer for this division. Pendleton. Actually, Pendleton should get the division. That's fine. We'll let Nickel... Yeah, he's got the better fame. Usually, that's a better idea. Why don't we do that? Pendleton will be assigned the division. Alright, so we'll build out a artillery reserve with Johnston's army. Or, I'm sorry, Johnston's corps, Joe Johnston. Alright, so, but his readiness is in the orange right now. So campaigning on Frederick might have to wait a week or so before we move on to Frederick, or we can order Ewell and leapfrog Magruder. Why don't we do that? Let's move Magruder to Baltimore. Let's use Jeb Stuart to kind of get in and around the Army of the Potomac. Ewell will move up the road here towards Frederick. We won't engage yet, but we're going to try to inch our way forward. And we might actually move... Let's move Beauregard into a more central location. That's the Army headquarters. Yes, that would make sense. An artillery corps is easier for grand bombardments. And that's why I was thinking of separating out the larger, better ranged guns into the corps, and even your 6 and 12-pound Napoleon guns with your divisions. All right, Kentucky. All right, so that Union Army in West Kentucky has disappeared. We got a Canty. We're waiting for his readiness to improve. Let's take a look. Are we being supplied? We got our depots here. We can upgrade Harrodsburg. So we're decently supplied there. Building the fort here. Stewart's cavalry is securing Louisville, Kentucky. We're waiting for Pillow's Cavalry Corps to move ahead of Hawes at Springfield, Missouri. All right, why don't we move forward? September 16th, 1861. Oh, man, that stream just went really blurry. All right, getting a little bit better. All right, so no movement from the... Oh, there we go. So, yeah, that Union army went back to Cairo. We have kind of opened up the Mississippi, though, so we'll have to be careful of that. Kind of want to garrison Fort Mchenry. That Manigault will stay, and we're kind of garrisoning here. Don't have enough troops really to do that, so we won't garrison any more troops right now. Jeb Stewart's running out of supplies. Although he's still drawing. Looks like he's still drawing supplies. Yeah, he's still drawing in. But there's a lot of men here, so they're all drawing in a bunch of supplies. Let's upgrade the Washington Depot. Let's build another depot in Baltimore. Blockade Cairo to make their crossing more difficult, if not impossible. That pixelation looks like it is a network issue, as it is still at 1080p for the resolution. If it persists, it might be worth it to stream at 720. Yeah, I've been able to stream at 1080p. Even I've streamed before, even doing restream, but I've decided to just stream to YouTube. Now I'm trying to use their... I had it manually set before, but it was having the same issue, and then so I'm using their automatic settings, and that doesn't seem to be improving the situation. Maybe slightly improving the situation, but we'll take a look at that again before... The next stream will be most likely Monday, January 3rd, about the same time. I'll take a look, a real hard look at the streaming quality before then. So my apologies for the bad quality. Yeah, that's what I've noticed. The bitrate encoder can be tricky. I've got it set at, it recommends 4500 bitrate. That's what it's set at. Both the automatic connection and the manual setting, so not sure exactly. Your stats show a network issue, so would that be just upgrade? Is that internet then? Just slow internet connection? Alright, let's see if we can't hit this core at Frederick. Oh, unhappy. Do we have a wounded officer in Ewell's Corps that I'm unaware about? Was Lee unhappy? Is that who's unhappy? Why is Lee... Why... I have Lee as an artillery commander. Let's replace Lee. That way it will free up Lee to do something else. See, Maxie Gray. We got Longstreet here. Yes, let's replace Longstreet, and we're going to promote Longstreet to Gladden's Division Command. Alright, I'll take a look at the internet connection. Alright, so Longstreet promoted to Division Command. Try using a wired connection. Okay, very good advice. I'll take a look at all that. I do appreciate the help. We should send Lee out west for something different. Probably make him. That should automatically make him unhappy in the game if he doesn't command troops in Virginia. All right, we need to figure out why Ewell's men are unhappy, though. Unhappy. He's usually a wounded officer. Many soldiers in the unit are unhappy with their leadership, and many are deserting. Veterans are happier with commanders that have high fame. So I think maybe that was getting rid of Gladden, and with Longstreet in command, that might fix things. Maxie Gregg might not have enough fame. Or maybe they're just unhappy with Ewell. Ewell has a high fame, so. Magruder, so they're good. Yeah, Joe Johnston's unhappy. Early Cooper, maybe they're not happy with Cooper. And he's got high fame, so I don't get it. Is there a wounded officer? Donovan? No, he's not commanding any troops. Alright, regardless, it shouldn't be that big of an issue, although 1,000 disabled, currently sick, 1,000 sick soldiers. Supplies are good. Alright, we're going to aggressively attack the Army of the Potomac. Alright, armies are on the move. Let's move Johnston in a more supporting role. Oh, and they are retreating. So Robert's withdrawing, the Army of the Potomac. So maneuver warfare doing its job. Jeb Stuart's going to do some raiding in Pennsylvania. Raiding into Gettysburg already. Condition is good. So his condition is still good, even though they're starting to get lower on food. But he's drawing in some supplies. So we'll keep an eye on their condition. You know, if we have to pull them out of Pennsylvania, I'm sure we're going to draw the attention of newly formed Union Corps. But let's see what kind of damage Jeb Stuart can do in Pennsylvania. All right. I actually want Magruder. How do we want to situate our armies? Keep Magruder at Frederick. Then we can move. Yeah, why don't we use? Let's move Ewell back to Baltimore. So they're all in supporting distance to each other. Hood now can cross into the Maryland Panhandle. Eat those horse oats. Yes. You guys are foraging in Pennsylvania, the land of milk and honey. There's no hunger. All right, so Union backs off in West Kentucky. Maybe we strike at the Department of Ohio here. So why don't we call Crawford's Corps? Maybe we can cross from the south here and get across the river. And then, I mean, at least Nashville's defended by Canty, as his strength has grown back up to about 23,000. Now that's only a corps. What do our reserves look like? Only 12,000 volunteers right now left. We are max civil order, max recruitment. Industry's at 25,000 right now. Got to keep an eye at that B rating. I don't think we have enough troops to take St. Louis if it's heavily defended, but we've lost contact with the Union armies there. Let's order Pillow to scout ahead. So we're about to getting close to October of 61. We can use Kirby Smith once this, in 10 days, once this fort is finished. Donovan has recovered from his wounds. Taking a long time to secure Louisville with that cavalry corps. So we have 223,000 men fielded versus the 162,000 of the Union. We're just going to order Crawford to get across the river right away. Let's see. Condition is now sufficient as he's raiding. Let's see if we can't raid Harrisburg and then retreat back. So deep raid by Jeb Stuart, and then he's going to retreat back into Maryland to recover supplies. Jackson and Hood's first corps is across the river. Let's get back to... Oh, and Beauregard's got a third perk. Any good perk suggestions? Maybe Siege Train? Heavy siege artillery is assembled into what is called siege train and transported to take part in sieges only. The siege train consists of heavy rifled artillery and mortar. Siege firepower plus 25. Maybe Balloon Corps. Order delays plus 25%. Is that reducing order delays? Hot air balloon and someone crazy enough to take it up under enemy fire to report enemy movements. Order delays plus 25%. BMI. Skilled cartographers. Oh, movement speed plus 5%. Maybe we'll do that one. Flying column. Oh. Maybe I'll take a look at the flying column one for the Corps. He's got 4,000 men disabled, 904 wounded, 3,000 sick, and 10 MIA. Johnston slow to recover readiness. I assign flying columns first to all my armies. Should we move on Elkton? And that would be threatening Philadelphia. Got Jackson securing our flank. You're bad at outrunning your supply, but it works for that. That's one way to do it, yeah. One way to do it. Who needs supply when you can outrun the enemy and then just run back and go back to your supply bases? Let's see. So any suggestions on what to do in Maryland? Do we go on to Elkton and threaten Philadelphia? Do we take the Cumberland town and kind of take those mountain passes there? Do we hold tight and just fortify Fortress Maryland and then transfer men out west? Probably need to build. Let's see. How's our depot? We're building a depot in Baltimore. We got captured a depot here in Frederick. Supply ratio 99%. Maybe we need to upgrade the Frederick depot. Cumberland. I'll probably need Elkton too, right, to secure the state. So Beauregard will move towards Baltimore. Condition is good. Training is poor. Training's still poor. So we'll move Ewell up to Elkton. See, that's a hard. That holding on to Elkton will be tough because I'm sure the Union is going to build up a large force. So let's see. Let's try this. I know you said Cumberland, but I think to get the state we'll need Elkton too. See if we can't have Ewell with Johnston's support take Elkton. And then we can have Ewell kind of fall back and fortify along the river here. And then Johnston can be shifted over to support Magruder and Jackson to take Cumberland. That'll be our plan right now. And maybe we can get it done before winter. With Stuart raiding. Now we lose his intelligence, but he might draw Union forces towards the raiding Jeb Stuart. So orders are issued. Jeb Stuart damaging buildings and infrastructure. It looks like we ran into a force at the Department of Pennsylvania. So it looks like the 37,000, so that'd be Ewell's Corps. And he's got his reinforcements are, his closest reinforcements are 12 hours away. But Ewell's Corps alone might be able to fight off Patterson. Did not see Patterson there. That's what happens when you send Jeb Stuart raiding. Now, gentlemen, let tomorrow be their Waterloo. General PG2T Beauregard. All right, we got deployment here. Battle of Elkton, Maryland. Eagle Creek. I don't think I've seen this battle map before. Very interesting. So we are the defenders. This is kind of nice. Very defensible terrain here. Although there's several river crossings, though. We could try maybe we have 32 engineering points. We maybe fortify here. We just don't know where the Union is going to cross from. We can control these bridges here. Let's detach Tillman. All right, Bonham's got this bridge, although there's a more direct road through Bronzeroth. It's interesting. Though it's a very defensible area, though there's too many crossings. So you have to defend each crossing. I feel like I'm almost better off if the Union came through here at the southern crossing. We're just better off to try to fortify our right flank on Danville. And just try to guard these three crossings here. See, Greg's got 13,000 men. Longstreet with another 13. I the AI has been surprising me a little bit more. Although they like to use the road, so my best guess is, well, they'll probably be coming through here or here. So they might be, their deployment zone might be like here. So my guess is they try to go straight through here at the Smith house. You mean actually deploying scouts? I haven't. I mean, they usually. We could try it. I mean, I think it's a useful function. I only have the 1 cavalry brigade, though. And we won't talk about me only having 1 cavalry brigade right now in this corps. It's a touchy subject. Let's try to fortify here. I thought I was building parapets. Can I not? Oh, there we go. I didn't want to do breastworks. Does everyone know how to upgrade the parapets? Oh, I wish I could destroy. Does anyone know how to destroy fortifications? I didn't want to build these breastworks. Oh, there's a rail bridge. And then pontoon bridges there. Can we destroy those bridges? Oh, we can. I just built bridges. Oh, I've never done that before yet, building a bridge. I did not want to do that. Sorry, folks. Guess we're building a parapet right here. All right, now try crossing that bridge. I used up too many engineering points. All right, so there's a ford right here. And there's a ford right there. But these bridges weren't built until I built that bridge. The best forts have a door. Oh, they're the scouts. Yeah, right. So I created I'm baiting the Union to attack right here. All right. I feel like Greg has enough force to hold the right. We'll keep Longstreet kind of in reserve, I guess, along this east-west road. I mean, the objectives are right here, so that's where the Union really will try to attack. Fortified, fortified. Let's move Longstreet over here. Greg will defend. Let's see. That field of fire, that looks pretty good if they came up that road. Lane, Frost. So Ewell is spread out, but reinforcements are a long way coming. Not until next day for sure. It's already 2 in the afternoon, though. So we hold our ground this day, and if the Union doesn't retreat, we should be in good shape for the next day. And that's why I really built that bridge, for the counterattack across on the next day. Just thinking a little bit ahead there. That's what you got to do sometimes, you know. And we used all our points. Although Frost has got decent weapons there. Plus we got anchored. We're anchored over here on our right a little bit. All right, let's get this battle going. I think we're ready. We'll throw out some skirmishers too. That's the one thing. If this probably would be the best way to attack, because you got some covered terrain here. And we sit and wait. Eagle Creek. Beauregard has joined the party. I think they're coming down here. But no sign of the Union. No sign of Patterson. Yeah, Cav on the left is moving out, scouting around. Come on, Tillman. Still nothing. I wonder if they are actually on our right. At least we got these. I can shift forces to this fenced position. Tillman is detached, but he's still being stubborn. Still no sign of the Federals. I feel like I would have seen them coming through the Centerville logging railroad. There we go. So they are going to come through Danville. I thought I hit pause. Pause. We'll call back the cavalry. Although we're going to reach nightfall before any kind of heavy fighting occurs. We will shift Longstreet though. Most of Ewell's corps, some of them are regulars. This 1st Division should be the stronger division, Bonham's division. Though some artillery from Francis Nichols' guns are firing at the enemy. Skirmishing going on, although it looks like Lane's detachment might be outranged. Let's pull in those skirmishers. £12-pound howitzers. Nice field of fire though coming up the road. Don't see any other Union divisions coming on any other part of the battlefield. Thomas Toon. Yeah. And then coming uphill against a fortified position. I didn't have enough I wasted all the engineering points on that bridge. And although that bridge would come in handy now, if we do counterattack, we can use the bridge to get across and get in and around the Union position. Why don't we move? Don't like our positioning on this hill. They're going to try to come through the woods here, I think. Ooh. Frost skirmishers are just driven back. Looks like we're going to have some nighttime fighting. Cavalry brigade set to evade. I do not have it set to evade. So some nighttime fighting occurring. Although Maxie Gregg's division in a good position here. Sure what Donaldson is doing. He's not straightening out his line. There he goes. So 7 in the evening. Looks like the main Union attack is going to come straight into on our right flank, headed towards Danville. Trying to probe our strength here in the evening hours. Should be hitting nightfall here soon, and we are. Troops are resupplied. Johnston has arrived, and McDowell has arrived. So there are Union reinforcements. Magruder arrives in 11 hours still. We estimate the enemy has about 31,000 to our 58. We probably can't count on Magruder in this battle right now. 11 hours away. So we could send... Only other thing, I don't know where McDowell's going to show up. So maybe Bonham stays where he's at. Johnston. Maybe Johnston comes in and reinforces and just kind of hits the Union from the right, from their left. Or we send Johnston all the way around. I'm going to take the more conservative approach and have Johnston just reinforce Ewell directly, and we're going to try to have Johnston wheel around on our right flank and hit Patterson on their left. Oh. Johnston has that artillery reserve. Oh, there's a road over here, huh? Oh, why is Donaldson's detachment retreated all the way there? Have some more engineering points. Throw up some abattis. So they'll try to come in and around here. Got Longstreet. Although they'll use the cover of the trees to avoid artillery fire. All right, so we'll leave Bonham's division over here on our left, just to guard in case. It sounds like the Union received reinforcements from McDowell, so we don't want to be surprised and McDowell come on our left. We'll have Johnston march down the road, and we will try to get in on the Union left. Howitzers behind. They don't need same line of sight. Direct fire up front. All right, Pendleton and his artillery reserve marching up the road. Yeah, the 6-pounders are probably better suited to be up front. Although they got the range here, so we'll... Sorry, I can always pull Nichols back. I'm not going to move him now. He's got good fire going. We've hit them for 650 casualties already. So Union troopers running into fortifications and reeling back as they try to get through the abattis. Frost wheels around. Wheels around and supports. Nichols firing away. Skirmishers from Toone's brigade. In the woods, trying to slow down the Union here. Almost think we should let them come into the woods, come out, and then that way Johnston's men will be right here to hit them. Almost want to refuse our flank and let them come over. And I'm not seeing any Union troops coming down this road. Yeah, yes. Yeah, the sound in the game is very, very well done. You can see row upon row of Union men trying to get up the hill. We've inflicted 1,000 casualties, so they're paying a high price for the assault up the hill. Can almost come down this road and get them on their right. Oh, maybe not. Alright, Cooper, let's order him further down the road. I think I'm going to move forward with Longstreet. Start inching our way around their flank. So 9 a.m. right now. Union struggling, though, in the face of a fortified position. Keep shifting to their left. I think they're just trying to get out of the range of the guns. I mean, we're still on the defensive. So Imboden is ready. Still well rested, but out of range of command. Starts setting up a line here, though. Hill is losing cohesion. Let's put him on the right of Imboden. Let's see if we can't get Walker further on the flank. So there's a little lull here in the battle as the Union looks to be contemplating their next decision. Reports have mentioned the reinforcements of McDowell on their way. Maybe they're waiting for those reinforcements. Don't see McDowell coming up the road here or even at the bridge crossing. So that gives us time to set up our attack formation. Walker's cab on evade and scout right formation. We did order him on evade, and we maybe, if there's no one here, we'll keep scouting around the Zion Church. Ah, there we go. Ah, McDowell comes in on our right. So they kind of disrupt our plans, but here's what we're going to do. Let's pull Bonham back to Danville. Reattach Hampton. All right, so Walker has found McDowell. Let's halt him. All right, so it looks like we're going to have some heavy fighting on our right. So we can bring Bonham over to reinforce our left. We can use Bonham to try to attack this position here. All right, Walker's got to fall back. You wanted Walker on evade. I didn't order Walker to evade, but he'll come back. These are smaller brigades though on Cooper's division. The banks of the Susquehanna are wide and consists of loose gravel and fist-sized rocks. Deceptive Pennsylvania, Maryland terrain. No, I was thinking, actually, yeah, chat delay. But I was thinking Tillman was Walker. That's actually where I was confused. I mean, we can strike in between both with Longstreet. Ewell and his corps. Let's move him forward a little bit. Walker's busy fighting. I can't order him back. I have to order him to retreat. It looks like McDowell's struggling to get through this terrain here. Finally falling back. 1,300 casualties. We want to get to 30% casualties on the enemy side. 10 in the morning as we're trying to get early now in battle formation. Although cohesion is disrupted a little bit after the march. Oh, we got to get Pendleton's guns over here too. James. George James is his 8 guns. Let's see if we can get a field of fire over here. Toon engaging the enemy in the front. With Walton in support. As the Union's bunched up on the banks here of the Susquehanna. Is that the river in between Pennsylvania and Maryland in the north there? Toon earned a perk. He was deadly volley. Bottom coming back over to reinforce the left. Let's order Tillman all the way in the rear. Actually, I think we're going to order our left flank under Gregg's division to attack the Union. Even though we are in nice fortified positions, I see an opportunity to get these this Union corps from the flank, although they have some hidden mutants on the base of the hill there. Early has formed up. So we could use Cooper to hold McDowell in place. And then order Early forward. So I didn't see this brigade down here. They just popped up. But we have the numerical advantage now, so let's take advantage of it. Johnston now, Pendleton. We'll bring up the artillery reserve. Terrain over here not really great for artillery fire. Although we'll take Rosser's guns up the hill here. Brown is falling back. So Cooper holding McDowell in place. I'm pretty sure this is McDowell's command. The reinforcements that the Union received. We've got Longstreet in the center. Early coming in. We're going to try to keep the two halves of the Union position split apart. Brown trying to fight his way through our position. I think he's going to pay a heavy price for it too. And they will be dispersed. Let's keep moving forward with our left hook. Let's see, not a lot of fighting on the right. Hill's got a perk. Cooper just has to hold McDowell's position at bay. Time to order early forward. So Johnson, Little, Cummings. You still have Lawton and Clayton as reserve brigades. Oh, man. Little's orders getting mixed up. Cooper's guns, or actually that was James's guns are firing. Let's unlimber our guns from Pendleton. We have some broken Union units crossing the river there. Can't get Tillman to move any faster. We need to cut this off though. We'll have to enter the swampy area. Let's call Bonham forward also. Heavy fighting, the left, we're trying to turn this left flank, and now we're starting to bottle up, as a few Union brigades did seem to get away, but now Cable trying to block that retreat, that retreating point. McDowell, more reinforcements from McDowell though. Cooper trying to hold them at bay. Early now supporting Longstreet at his attack, although they've got a decent artillery battery right here. So we're at 12 noon. Lots of guns in this forested area. Who is coming under fire? Looks like Walton is receiving heavy fire from those guns. We need to get Cummings actually can try to wheel around and hit these guns from the flank. Johnson also. Rains' guns are firing. Still finding some targets, so that's good. Let's try to inch tune up a little bit further. Walton's going to hold his ground because he's coming under the fire of the Union guns. Now Cummings has grabbed the attention of the Union position. Clayton's going to have to try to protect Johnson's flank here. Early might be starting to get out of range, so let's move Early forward. Longstreet's in a good position. Ewell's in a good position. Push forward with Toon. Let's see how Cooper's men are doing. Suffering some casualties. Looks like Hill is receiving some high casualties right now. We might have to have him fall back, but lots of guns right here firing. So Pendleton is keeping McDowell at bay with his guns. We have ample reinforcements if McDowell decides to hit Johnson from the flank and rear. Now let's see what's going on here. Looks like we are hitting their guns really hard. Edward Johnson getting in and around that position. .24 pounders, how closer to the right are you talking about? Duncan's guns? You want me to move them closer? Or should I order them to bombard? Yep, getting to the rebel yell time. And we're going to try those assault columns if I start seeing more units break. Right now, I don't want to... It might be premature to try to assault. There's still formed up battalions there of artillery. Or you want me to move up the guns on the left? Rain's guns? No, that's not Rain. Oh, Nichols' guns. Yeah, they're firing. They're hitting, I think they're hitting Williams. Yep. So they're doing some damage. Got Bonham's division. Beckham, Bragg, Jones. Walton's suffering probably the most casualties out of any of the brigades so far. But he's been drawing all the artillery fire, allowing Cummings and Johnson to get around the Union guns. Let's see, Little, Lawton. Let's get Lawton. Let's get Lawton on the right of Johnson. Although you can see 3 brigades from McDowell's corps. Clayton is there. We'll order Little to support that position as well. So they're probably going to try to Patterson's men are probably going to try to retreat towards McDowell now that he sees that he's cut off from this crossing here. So we need to hurry up a little. Send Loring into that. Anderson. So we're all out assault now. Beckham, Bragg. Now that I see that they're trying to... Looks like those guns... I think those guns finally broke. Right, 4,100 casualties inflicted. We actually ended up starting to lose quite a few men. Almost 2,500. And our gunner... Roseannadanna joining us. Patterson doesn't know what to do. You can see him kind of scrambling to his left and then back to his right. Lane's kind of been suffering. We're going to have him fall back. He's got reinforcements now. Frost has earned himself a perk. Where are we at right now? Starting to actually suffer more casualties than we inflict, I believe. All right, Toon needs to move forward. Lawton getting in and around. See the Union brigades looks like they're starting to disintegrate. As you can see them flanking, getting flanked and starting to waver. All right, Beckham, pretty fresh. Let's try about 17. Let me get a larger brigade. 2,700 men under Cable. He's out. Oh, his unit's cut off. He out of range. Still got a bunch of reinforcements too. All right, actually, let's do Dr. Jones is going to form up for an assault. Let's see how this works out. Beckham will form up too with him. There's the rebel yell. Oh, but he's getting hit on the flank there. Enemy is retreating. 7,000 men. They're at 23%. they've given us 52 seconds in the rear guard retreat action. So we can definitely rack up the major. Although it's starting to cost us a little bit more than I like. 3,000 men loss. Yeah, McDowell's completely... Yeah, we're just going to focus all our attention on Patterson's corps. We need to get Loring way over here. Let's see how well these attack columns work. Walton will not... He's been suffering quite a bit. Let's just push forward. Donaldson. So D.R. Jones just attacking straight through. They're running away faster than Jones can engage. I'm not going to be able to get all the casualties. They're running away too fast. Yeah, Walton just earned a perk. Do Iron Discipline. I ordered... There's Walker. Maybe he can get into the mix. They're running away faster than I can catch them, so... Trying to get some wiped out brigades. See if we can wipe out Line Coop. All right, why don't we assault McDowell and see if we can't inflict some damage on them as they're falling back. Oh, they got a few more brigades than I thought. See, minor victory. Yeah, we haven't inflicted any more casualties. Oh, Hill's probably too worn out. Suffering a lot of casualties. $7,500. 26 seconds left. So yeah, we're gonna have to inflict casualties on McDowell's unit. Unless we can't seem to wipe out any of these other brigades. Yeah, those should be counted as casualties. I'm sure there's guys drowning in that swamp. Yeah, I don't know about this assault column. Didn't seem to do much. Let's see. Johnson trying to run down Heintzelman. then you have the retreating men from, I'm pretty sure that was McDowell's corps that reinforced. Oh, we did score the major. 9,500 casualties. Try to get those guns. There you go. Oh, hill broke. I should not have pushed him forward. He had suffered a lot of casualties. He was outnumbered a lot too. Whooped them again. More guns, more guns. 10,000. And why don't we speed this up? 2, 1, and over. 11,000 casualties inflicted at a cost of 3,500. 45 of their guns. So nicely job, Beauregard. Or nicely done, Beauregard. It seems like as the patches have come on that I've noticed some increase in casualties, or officer casualty, but yeah, officer casualty rates in the Civil War were ridiculous. Again, I think I've mentioned it before, but Sears's book, Lincoln's Lieutenants, very highly recommended, but it covers the Army of the Potomac, but just from the start of the campaign or the war, and just, again, not including all the officers that were removed for performance and whatnot, but just listening to about all the officers that were killed and wounded, guys like Kearney and other officers that, but over the course of the war, so many of the officers were just killed and wounded. I mean, high-ranking officers, too. Division, Corps commanders, Hancock and wounded. Later in the war. All right, so we've got the Union armies reeling. Oh yeah, we turned off the icons. Well, there's another Army of Northeastern Virginia with 11,000. Department of Pennsylvania. I think there was an Army of the Shenandoah to our west that I don't see anymore. Let's see, does this due to our strategic situation? Their national morale did not fall that much. It was already down below 60. National support is starting to take a hit, including ours. For some reason, our morale of armies is only 80 versus their 82, so it probably has more to do with the difficulty settings. $11 battles won. We've actually lost battles. 66,000 casualties on the Union. Confederate slight advantage, although I noticed weapons industry has ticked up for the Union right now, up to 3. I'm talking about the New Orleans squadron. We can build some ships. Well, I think we're going to end the stream here, a shorter one today. We will be back Monday the 3rd. If not, it will probably just be delayed till Tuesday, but I will change that on the channel, so keep an eye out for that. It is scheduled for Monday, barring any unforeseen circumstances. If not, it will be done probably Tuesday at the latest. So Monday at the earliest, Tuesday at the latest. We'll take a look at that. Break up the fleet into smaller fleets. So that is your recommendation. We'll take a look at that a little bit more then on the next one. Wonder where that army. Oh, there's the army of Shenandoah. So he's got his 3 armies along the eastern coast here in Delaware. Yes, thanks for staying up, Ashley. I do appreciate you joining the stream. Again, so check, if you did enjoy this stream and are new, check out the channel. I will post when I will try to schedule in advance when the streams or when I will plan on streaming. So keep an eye out for that. Also, for those of you that have been around for the channel, I will be posting the Union campaign. I've picked that one back up as I'm getting close to being done with that Confederate campaign that we started like 5 or 6 months ago. The good thing about waiting on the Union campaign is we did not get very far into it, and everything's updated to 1.03, and the save game file is good, so we'll pick that up and be on the lookout for that. Will be published today probably. I will see you guys on the next one.